Hey everyone, so I'm sick and I'm also working on a very special project taking up most of my time, so I thought now would be a good time to trial a new series I call May Minis. These are short form videos whose topics wouldn't really go on for very long, and for my first ever May Mini, I wanted to talk about queer headcanons from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic characters. Headcanons are unique interpretations of fiction not intended by its artist. It's all just for fun, so don't get mad about me making any sorts of declarative statements in this video. I'm going to be giving every headcanon a score, likability, and believability. Likability is just how much I like it, and believability is how much I personally believe it. First up is the one that inspired this video, and that is the headcanon that Spike is non-binary. This interpretation has surprisingly been around for a long time, ever since the Season 2 episode Dragon Quest, where Spike doesn't fit into traditionally masculine roles of other dragons. This is not a super popular headcanon, but its most significant representation is found in the cover art for Violet Pony's song Non-Existent Me Cute, which features a gender-ambiguous version of Spike. My interpretation of Dragon's Quest is quite different from this headcanon because personally, I just saw it as a message of positive reinforcement for young boys watching the show, but I'm not going to let that stop people from enjoying this headcanon regardless. For likability, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, and for believability, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. Next is one I never heard of before writing this video, and that is Arrow Ace Cheerilee. This headcanon comes from the episode Hearts and Hose Day, where Cheerilee and Big Mac were given a potion to fall in love with each other, but they eventually snap out of it. Whilst Big Mac moved on and found himself a love interest after a lot of fan clamoring, Cheerilee didn't, leading to this headcanon. Now, it's important to say that just because someone isn't in a relationship doesn't mean that they're asexual or aromantic, but being any other sexuality isn't the default, so Cheerilee being Arrow Ace is just as valid. So for likability, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, and for believability, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Since I just mentioned him, let's talk about Big Mac. Back in the early days of shipping wars, there were two pairings for Big Mac, Fluttershy and Cheerilee. When asking series creator Lauren Faust to weigh in on the situation, she jokingly said that Big Mac was gay, which was really funny but was since then retconned. However, there were two separate occasions in the series where Big Mac dressed in drag. One was a disguise that helped Apple Bloom get into the Sisterhood Social, and the other was his genuine fantasy of wanting to be a princess. And the headcanon of Big Mac being trans or gender non-conforming became really popular since then. I personally really like this headcanon. For likability, I'm giving it a 10 out of 10, and for believability, I am also giving it the coveted 10 out of 10. Moving from one member of the Apple family to another, we have Braeburn. Braeburn being gay was less of a headcanon and more of a joke because Brokeback Mountain jokes were really funny back then. And since Braeburn was a cowboy and a little fruity, you can imagine the connection some would make. He's commonly shipped with Soren, who have no relation to one another other than being in proximity of being in the same season. I cannot give a source since no recording was allowed in the room when this happened, but during Windy City 2023 script reading, Braeburn's VA, Michael Dangerfield, really leaned into the idea of Braeburn being gay, which was really cool in my opinion. For likability, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10, and for believability, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. This one is really cute, non-binary Scootaloo. I found this headcanon through a fanfiction called Chickens Are Neutral by Strong Scroll. In the fanfiction, Scootaloo is conflicted with their gender identity as they don't fall into traditional roles of other fillies their age. By the end, they confidently come out as non-binary. I don't really have much else to say, this is just really cute. For likability, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10, and for believability, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. So for these last two, these are less headcanons and more legitimate theories of mine, but still take them with a grain of salt. First, I'm a believer that Rumble is a trans-masculine character for a few good reasons. For starters, despite being a colt, he has a female muzzle. Compare him to every other stock standard colt that doesn't have a unique vector, and he's the only one with the smaller rounded off muzzle that only fillies have. He also had a pretty drastic voice change as well. He first had a smaller, more feminine voice provided by Ashley Ball, before being given a deeper masculine voice provided by Vincent Tong.
He's got the feather flu. He's down at Ponyville Hospital.
Whoops. I've tried it all. Time to tell my brother this camp isn't for me.
I didn't realize this, but it was pointed out to me that Rumble also wishes to be just like his older brother, Thunderline. Take that as you will. I'm giving likability and believability a strong 10 out of 10. Finally, we have the one, the only, bisexual lighting incarnate, Twilight Sparkle. Twilight's bisexuality comes from her mane and tail being the same colors as the bisexual flag, but that's not the reason why I think she's bisexual. You see, storyboard artist and director for the Equestria Girl series, Katrina Hadley, tried to drop hints of Sunset Shimmer being bisexual without the Hasbro censorship hammer coming down on her. So what exactly are those hints where she could have possibly expressed some sort of romantic interest in a woman? Oh wait. Oh my god. If it couldn't be any more obvious, you could just go to Katrina's website and ding ding ding, there it is. For likability and believability, these are also getting a 10 out of 10. So that's all I really had for today. Tell me what you guys think of the main minis format. Also tell me your own My Little Pony LGBTQ plus headcanons in the comments below. I'd love to read them. Until then, I've been May, and I'll see you next time.